stage is just the cherry on top. The cake and all the ingredients that go into making it is the role that I play. There is a lot of discovery in myself.
Theatre is something that's very, very close to my heart. It's like it's part of who I am. It is my identity.
Just love being on stage. I just love the lights, love everything about it. Nothing can replace live.
I think there's a freedom that a lot of us feel.
All avenues of the core, that is performance in front of an audience, live, uninterrupted. That you don't get anywhere else other than in theatre.
I was just a random kid who was in his like 21, who found an opportunity to go and dance for somebody, fell in love with the stage, and decided this is what my life is going to be.
I just know I have a very strong compulsion to do it. And I think that's why a lot of us really do it. We love being on stage, we love being in front, in the lights, we love speaking to an audience, we love that it's fresh and new every time you do it.
I just saw like a notice inviting actors, dancers, musicians. So I didn't sleep or eat for 2 days before the audition, and that was in 2004, and I haven't looked back since.
A performer wants to get their art out, wants to connect with an audience, wants to tell a story, and that's a very powerful urge.
Being there, just feel something, and it's something that I feel like it's a state of, to me that's love. I can't describe as anything else. It's just
There's a lot of work that goes into it. Not just the work that goes into it, but the financial, the remuneration is zilch. In fact, I think most people that we know, right, they run at a loss after doing a show most of the time, and yet they still keep doing it.
Despite the struggles, despite the challenges, the joy that we all have, that we all experience when we get together and we have a production, I mean, it's limitless, it's infinite.
Rehearsals going on. There is a cost attached to putting together any show, and unfortunately that's usually the most prohibitive aspect of doing a show. Finding a space for rehearsal becomes a challenge because people insist on being paid.
The minimum rate for rehearsal space in Chennai right now is 750 rupees an hour. And we use it for 3-4 hours a day, and on weekends we use it for 8-10 hours a day. So there's a lot of money that we need.
If I invite a musician to work with me, a full-time musician, then it's only right that I pay that person because that's how they make their living. So that's another aspect of where money comes into play. So we're very often looking at the bare minimum that we need to be able to make a show happen. And it's not about, like I said, putting a ton of money into our pockets, because that's really not why we do this in the first place.
We work with a lot of different people who come from a lot of different walks of life. But to sustain this is being very, very difficult and very, very tough. We have to pay our technicians, our lights, our sound. We have to pay for our venue. And we take the venue for 2-3 days because we need to do tech rehearsal. Yeah, raising funds is always a huge issue for us. But we still do it, we still fight, we still do. We try our level best because at the end of the day, no matter what, the quality of performance should not drop.
We're not doing this with the intention of turning a profit. It's just about making the show happen.
we need to help make that happen. So, and I think we need to encourage all kinds of performance, whatever it is. Create venues for performance, sponsors out there, just put money. I mean, I know it's going to be tough, but then we can create opportunities to put money to these kind of things. Any kind of performance. We need to encourage that live art form or whatever art form as we keep moving it.
It has so much potential, and there's so much interest, and there's so much of young blood that want to do theatre. I'm an educator also, so I understand how much kids want to perform, how much there is an interest.
Traditionally, we only look at academics. But when children are given exposure to different kinds of art, it doesn't mean that they have to participate in it, but even if they can watch it or they can see someone else doing it, how it helps you connect with the people around you, I think that is important.
Drama should be a necessary syllabus in every school. And it's not just to make actors out of them or musicians. Drama teaches you, self-introspection. Drama allows you to blossom and grow as a person.
There is a 21-year-old, 22-year-old out there who was like me.
let more people, different types of people, wherever they are, wherever they're from, be able to come in, walk in, and be able to do something, right? I think the more we encourage that across the space, I think you'll find a lot more people wanting to come. Because I'm sure there are a bunch of folks out there who want to just go up on stage and act and do whatever they need to do.
The kind of talent that's there today is amazing. There are kids writing original music, there are kids arranging music. I mean, today I'm at a rehearsal where I have a 16-year-old boy playing the keys fabulously. So talent is huge.
And I think if it is given that sustainability, if it's given a platform that people can come to and launch themselves and discover themselves and find their interests, it's going to benefit a lot more in the long run.
Whether it's theatre, whether it's music, I think we need to make this place, make the space a lot more inclusive.
How do we build something that people regularly come to, and that is away from movie theatres, that is away from any other forms of entertainment that's driving you now? As a nice family evening or as a nice entertaining evening, where you experience art and culture and you feel better for it and you are better for it. That's a dream.
People who go out to theatre, give to the groups irrespective of who they are. Feel free, even if you're unable to make it for a show, just buy a couple of tickets and leave it. It makes a big contribution to their lives, because a lot of these folks are doing it full time. A lot of these folks are struggling to make ends meet. They have to do multiple different kinds of things to make ends meet, right? Not just theatre. They have to do training, acting, web series, film, whatever, right? It's not an easy life, folks. A lot of us, they do it because of love. They do it because that's something that helps them get up in the morning and do what they do. But it's tough. It's really tough.
So if these other logistical obstacles and production side obstacles are taken care of, then it's just amazing how much talent we can hone and how many people we can reach.
I would give up my day job in a heartbeat if I could sustain in theatre.
Do I have it in me to continue for another 23 years without financial support? I don't know. But will I continue doing this for the next 23 years? Yes, I will.
Any kind of practice with art makes you a much more wholesome person, I think. So, I mean, it doesn't matter your talent. Have drama in your life. I mean, you'll never regret it.